Hello, everybody on YouTube. Forgive me if I sound a little tired. I am. It's pretty late. But I've been trying to wrap up this Botcon thing for days, and it's not working out, so I'm just going to have to do it tonight, and then just put off some sleep. Anyway, I've got a few things I want to cover tonight. First of all, I want to say, this is my haul right here, my Botcon haul. I'll go over that in a second. That'll be the first thing. Try to get that done quick. And secondly, I want to talk about the Dark of the Moon video game coming out June 15th. That's in 5 days from the time of the recording, and I'm supposed to get it either on the 15th or the 16th, depending on how shipping feels like handling my package. I pre-ordered from Amazon, so I'll be getting Ratchet as my little goodie. And I want to talk about the gameplay because I did have the chance to play it at Botcon 2011. However, sadly I did not get to record my gameplay, so I'm just basically going to talk about it. And so let's get started with this sort of closing Botcon thing. Alright, so first up, everything in this little corner here is the stuff I bought. Everything else was either free, or I took it with me to like enter a contest or get it signed, or I picked it up, or, you know. Okay, so yeah, I got let's see, Reveal a Shield Jazz. I had somebody pick that up for me before the convention. They brought it with them, so I didn't have to pay for shipping. That was nice. Warpath, found him, bought him. Movie 1 RC, because I'm not terribly fond of the unicycle people, so now that I know that I would prefer this version, I got that version. I also got a Nest Lockdown because I wanted, since they released Lugnut, I decided I wanted to get the Movieverse animated figures because animated figures aren't my thing. I also got what's his face, Crankcase. I got the Remolded Fingers version because they actually had this guy in Las Vegas when I was at after Botcon. I just got back yesterday morning, by the way. If you guys were wondering, you can hear my voice is still all messed up. Also in Las Vegas, I found and bought a Human Alliance Roadbuster. I was very excited about that and freaked out my friend who I was staying with. And my last want purchase at Botcon was a Human Alliance Mud Flap. So that one's moderately rare. Didn't want to pay shipping for it, so I got them for $50 at Botcon. Yay! I also bought the Auto Troopers here, you can see, and Toxitron and Sideswipe, I believe it is. Mostly they're going to be on eBay because I like to recoup some of my costs after Botcon. Over here we have the little, what are these called? It's a plaque for going to the Hall of Fame. So now I have the first year and the second year. Happy. The box set, obviously, that's also going to be going on eBay. I don't know what it is, but I do not typically like the figures that the Collectors Club gives away or has, so that'll be going on eBay. Help me recoup some of my costs again. If you want to see me costume, help pay for my costumes by buying my things on eBay. This little thing here and these two little guys here, these are Master Shooter Collectibles. That's a third-party company. Mega Gun and Brown King. They're like little mini Megatrons, I guess. They're for your figures. They have stepped 5mm pegs to 4mm pegs, but they also transform into little Megatrons. I thought they were really cute figures. And this here is the original print test for the figures, because on the back of the card you'll notice that there is a little unicorn figure, and I got to draw that. I offered to do that for the guy who's in charge of the project, and he decided when I went to Botcon to give me the print for free, and I love that. I'm so happy. It's something I can put in my portfolio. So thank you, Master Shooter Collectibles guy, dude, for letting me work with you and for giving me the print test. Thank you very much. Pretty much everything in this little corner over here would be stuff from, you already saw this in another video, from the Hall of Fame night. A couple of things are like, oh, by the way, that's the free attendee figure right there. Who is that? Physitron. Or Iron Fist. Okay, so this is like stuff. Baby bottle pop, 3D glasses, 3D Bumblebee mask, blah, 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 Hall of Fame band thing. Let's move on. Over here, I finally got to print out a little picture from the dude. That was cool. Last year, you guys might remember, I got Alex Milne to sign my Reign of Starscream trade paperback. This year, I got Diamooch. What's his real name? Charlie Brown. No. I don't know why I can never remember his real name. I remember Diamooch. Oh, Alex Perez. No, Alex is Alex Milne. Gosh, Josh Perez. Oh, that's how tired I am. Okay, keep going. Dr. Smoove DVD, sort of like little promo thing. That's cool. It's got a whole bunch of just the voiceovers for like G1 voiceovers. How to Survive a Decepticon Attack, a pamphlet I designed, and it was written by Kenya Starflight of DeviantArt and fanfiction.net. I brought that there to get it signed by her, in case she ever gets famous. My badge, obviously. A little paper thing about real mechs. My contest entries and participant ticket thingies. Boop, boop, boop. 3 posters. This would be the big Prime poster that is now hanging on my wall. It is gorgeous. The Creon poster and the movie poster. And that's pretty much my haul from the convention. So let's move on. This is already getting long, and I'm tired-er. Alright, yay! So I did have the chance to play the Dark of the Moon video game at the Dark of the Moon video game booth at Botcon 2011. So I'm basically going to go over, I played the whole first level, which is this level here with Bumblebee. What can I say? It is a lot like War for Cybertron. However, there are some very good changes and a few that maybe aren't so good. They're not to my liking, but oh well. First and foremost, you'll notice that transforming and the stealth mode, aka weapon mode, or strafing mode, is the same as in War for Cybertron. So basically, hit the left stick, transforms, you're in stealth mode, then you have to hold down the trigger to go into car mode. However, difference is it's no longer L1 or whatever it is on the Xbox. I did play it on the Xbox because that's all they ever have there at their booths. Curses. Okay. But it has now moved down to the left L2, the left trigger for Xbox users. So you do not have to go all out when you're driving now. You can go slowly or you can go fast. And I believe, if I remember, yes, I stopped at one point, and you can reverse. This is good news, my friends. This is something I loved about the Revenge of the Fallen game. That was something I was sad that we didn't have in War for Cybertron, because obviously you couldn't like stop or play around or anything like that. You just had to sit in stealth mode and then hit the gas. So anyway, so that is good for me. Second thing, you can't see it right here. The weapon crosshairs. If you've played War for Cybertron forever, you probably recognize that the crosshairs change depending on which weapon you're using. The crosshairs do not change in this game, so a few times I got confused about which weapon I was using. I talked to the guy about that. He was like, yeah, you win some, you lose some, that's something. I'm sure it was probably just a time constraint thing, because they would have to design and then implement a different, user interface, visibility, HUD, whatever, crosshairs, for each different weapon. So they probably just didn't have time to come up or script, program, whatever, the different crosshairs for each different type of weapon. So I won't blame them for that. It is a little but oh well. Next up, you'll notice on the top here, is the melee spin orbital beacon and grenades. This is a lot like War for Cybertron, obviously. So these are now L1 and R1, I think. I think it's R1 now as well. And so those basically, because the driving has moved down to the bottom trigger, these are now the top triggers, or whatever, the shooting things. If I remember correctly, this one might actually be the right trigger, right button, because shooting might still be R1. I really can't remember. I'm just, what it was is I was playing the game, and talking to the developer at the same time. And there was also a little kid next to me who was giving me all these tips. So I had two people talking to me at once while I was kicking Decepticon butt in a video game I've never played before. But anyway, yeah. So forgive me if some of my memory is a little bit blurry. Okay, so anyway, check it out. Okay, grenades are still the circle button, the whatever the far right button is for the Xbox. Next thing you'll notice is this little HUD display in the corner. Yes, you still have a score. It's down here now instead of wherever it was, either over here or up here. You still get, by the way, you still get like mission updates and things either in the middle of the screen if it's a tutorial or on the side if somebody's talking to you. And you still have, I'm sure you've noticed by now, little mission markers with the footage distance that you are from the marker. So that's pretty much standard anymore in games with missions. But anyway, so this little blue bar here is your health. And yes, it does regenerate over time. It does not have blocks, and you do not, yeah, just basically don't get shot and you'll heal, just like Revenge of the Fallen. Something else I can be happy about. And you can see here it says plasma cannon. I mean, I don't know, it might be fuzzy on your screen. I'm sure it is because this is, you know, obviously a second-hand picture, but hey! Anyway, plasma cannon. So this is basically the only way you can tell the difference, along with the little blocks here, which tell you how much ammo you have, that which gun you have out. Aside from maybe if you're looking at the robot's arm and you see that it's a different weapon. I didn't really notice that while I was playing. I was staring at the Decepticons. I always had to, you know, glance down in the corner and see which weapon am I using. Because Bumblebee has a really close range weapon, like a little shotgun, that is really ineffective far away. And if I had just transformed and got out of, say, car mode, I didn't remember which weapon I was using, so I might have had to, you know, glance down there. That might have gotten me hit a few times, so that is a little bit slow, and I was not fond of that, but again, time constraints. Maybe they could have implemented a color on the crosshair, something like that. That might have been cool. So you can see a little mission marker over here. I think that's an enemy marker, actually. It looks like a little skull with an arrow. Ooh. Varia has pointed out to me that yes, Energon still does splatter the screen when you kill guys or when you get hit a lot. I don't think I ever got close enough to dying because it was on easy to see if the screen like went red and stuff. If I recall correctly, I've watched one of these videos and it does still show the War for Cybertron text like on screen. So they aren't using like the movie like weird looking tattoos. Whatever script that is, movie script. Cybertronian, ancient Cybertron, I don't know. Whatever it is. Melee is still... I think Melee... You know what? I can't remember. I do remember that they used square for something. However, I still believe that... I think that the right stick, when you click that, that's still Melee, as far as I can recall. What else can I say? X is jump. You cannot double jump. That was something else that was a little weird. I guess it makes sense. Since they can't, like, boost or anything. At least Bumblebee can. Again, I just played Bumblebee. But yeah, he just did one jump, and it was a little bit weird. The jump felt a little slow, and it felt like he fell back to Earth a little slow, but you sort of get that, and to make it, I'm sure that's just, I don't know. I won't talk about it. Again, it says getting long. I need to hurry up. Okay, so triangle. My brain is mush right now. Obviously, walking around is still the, whatchamacallit. Okay, so triangle is change weapons, that's right. So triangle is change weapons. You still have 2 weapons in robot mode. And now you also have, permanently as far as I'm aware, 2 weapons in car mode. In War for Cybertron, pretty much the only people with 2 weapons would be the Seekers, or let me say the scientists, in the escalation mode for War for Cybertron. I think that's the only time that they consistently all have 2 weapons for their vehicle mode. In this game, it looks like that's pretty much standard, at least on single player or at least on Bumblebee. Alright, so really can't remember. Alright, circle is still grenades. I really can't remember what square is, assuming it was used. I'm pretty sure it was, but hey. trying to think so hard about what that is. Okay, and yes, you still, at least in single player, you still have one of these abilities will regenerate on its own, while the other has to be recharged by getting the little energon shards or score or whatever. There are health pickups that will instantly refill your health from certain dropped enemies. What else? Okay, well, I think that's all for the gameplay aspect that I got to play anyway. I did continue talking with the developer, and he mentioned that the multiplayer is different in that the Autobot and Decepticon classes start out, or at least grow, differently. They have different abilities, so they function a little bit differently depending on which side you're playing as. I thought that was really cool, at least in concept. Obviously I didn't get to play it, but it sounds cool. I like that idea that they are different. I guess the only thing we can say is, we've got to wait 5 or 6 more days before I get to play it and record some video for you guys. Best thing about this is I think that the 16th is actually my first day off, my first day of break for me. So yeah, I'll hopefully have plenty of time besides work to record some awesome gameplay for you guys. I will see you all then. Bye-bye.